forms where you have links that divert off to certain questions. So that's what we've done here. So you can see our safer learning environments charter here. And if I do a preview of what that looks like, so what we've done at South Tees is we've started with which type of learner are you? And depending on, so if I say that I'm a nurse and click next, that will take me to the nurse questions. So am I a nurse on preceptorship? I'm a registered nurse degree apprentice. But if I go back, if I click allied health professional, then it takes me to, are you an allied health student? Are you on preceptorship? And then all of our lists of allied health professionals that we take within this trust. If you click student, that will take you to what type of student are you, so we can break it down into what type of student people are. But if I go back, if I click on I'm a dietitian, it takes me straight to the questions, and all the questions are literally the matrix questions copied and pasted. So feeling respected and valued, and we've asked them to read each statement and choose which level they feel is appropriate for their learning environment. And then we've just put level 1, and this is just what's written in the matrix. So level 1, level 2, level 3. We've also added a box where you can put evidence of why you've suggested. So if you're saying it's level 1, you can put your rationale in there, and it gives us, that way we've got a bit of quantitative and qualitative data when we finish collecting it, and the rest of it literally just goes through each of the respect and value, each of the bits of the SLEC on there. So that's what it would look like. But to create that, if I go back, what you need to do is to create a form, you would go to new form at the top here, click on that, you title it, so we'll title this test, a description to show how to create form. And then if you add new, so what I would suggest here is before you've started this, you have your you're sitting right down a list of the questions that you want to put onto here and how you want them questions to link to others. So if you're going to do the same thing, if you're going to put a list of your learners, what do you want the nurses, what do you want it to link to? HPs, what do you want it to link to? So have that written down so that you're all ready for that. And then what I would suggest is you just write out all of the questions in one go. So if you add to the list, you can choose. So obviously if you're doing one with text where you're asking them just why are you saying this, you say text. But if you add in options, so you can add your question in here, so you can what type of learner you, and then in here you would write nurse, AHP, and so on, and whatever it is that you want. Then you would add another question here, and again, if we put choices, if we put in here, so if you want the nurses, so in here, so the registered or student, and then again wherever you want in your list. Then what you can do is when you go back to here, in the 3 dots at the bottom here, you can say branching, and it brings up and it says nurse, which question do you want it to go to next? Well, you want the nurse question to go to the nurse, and that will then, when you click nurse, will take you to this. If you do another question underneath that with all your AHP lists and your branch, it'll say AHPs, and you can branch that so that question goes to the HPs, and that's how you do branching. That's how you. So my advice would be write all your questions down first, and I had like a bit of a piece of paper with which ones I wanted them to branch off to. And then once you've done it, you then just go through and add your branching as you want, until you get to, like say, where it. So if you look at mine, when we just look at it, you can see all of the learners, nurses, midwifery, all my HPs. It just comes up. But when you look at where it branches to, you can see where it branches to each section. What student year you're in, what allied health professional student are you, what allied health professional preceptee are you, preceptor, and then it goes down to feeling respected, positive identity, well-being, and that's just your questions. So although it looks like a lot, they don't have to answer every one of them. They will only answer the ones that it branches off to, if that makes sense. I hope that really helps. Thanks very much.